It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. This video I'm going to be talking about the what they call crown up when it comes to wood. And I want to show this because some people are like, well, it doesn't matter how you put the wood together, and it actually does. So I'm in the process of building this swing set for the kids, and you can kind of tell, and it may be a little bit difficult to tell on camera, to be honest with you, but the wood is crowned up. And what does that mean? So when you crown the wood, or when you cut wood, it has a tendency to bend in a direction. Sometimes it'll bend left, sometimes it'll bend right. And when it comes to the crown, the wood is going to bend, in this case, upward. Now, when you're putting a load on a piece of lumber like this 2x, actually it's a 4x, but it's two 2x's put together, you want the crown to go up. Why? Well, the crown being up means the wood is like this. And when you put a load on it, whether you put the load on top or, in this case, by being a swing set, the load from the bottom, that will cause the wood to flatten out under load. And then when you take the load off, it'll curl back up. Now, why is this important? Well, you don't want the load to be bend the wood and result in snapping the wood. So if the wood is what they call crown down, it'll look like this, and when you put a load on it, it'll bend in even further. And that's what you don't want, because then you can compromise the structure itself. So crown up, and usually the crown is not necessarily significant, but you can look down at the edge of the board and you can see whether it bends upward or bends downward. Now, it's kind of difficult to do this on camera, but this piece of wood bends slightly to the right. And what you kind of have to do is look at it from an angle, and you can tell, at least with my eyeball, I can tell from the camera it's not really picking up. But the bow on this piece of lumber goes towards the right, and then it comes back out on the other end. Now, this one really doesn't have much of a crown on it, and from what I can tell, this one actually bows down, so this is actually crowned down a little bit. But typically you're going to see that crown thing on exterior lumber. You will also see it on larger dimensional lumber, such as framing joists and so forth. But it's important that when you are building something, that you do it with the crown up, so that the load over time does not cause it to break.